34 of LuoFeng's avatars were stationed at each core area of Yulan City. After obliterating one leader squad and suppressing a second, the remaining 3 leader squads were filled with terror and started fleeing frantically without hesitation. How is LuoFeng so powerful? Why can't an entire leader squad even put up a fight against him? These leader squads couldn't accept it. The city had been broken and they were about to enjoy a feast, only to be met with such disaster suddenly. Help! King, help! The suppressed second leader squad cried out anxiously for help as one by one they perished. This further heightened the panic among the fleeing leaders. Throughout the 9 Rivers Sacred Realm, about half of the leader-level powerhouses of the Enchanting Heartworm tribe and the Soul-Devouring Snake tribe had come to Yulan City, but now they were facing their doom. Huff. 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 One black-clad LuoFeng after another perfected their flying escape technique, the initial massive rift-tearing commotion getting quieter. A blurred rift in the world appeared and LuoFeng stepped out, crossing great distances. When LuoFeng transformed into a blood sea, trapping the 3rd leader squad, the remaining fleeing leaders became even more despairing. Scatter. Disperse and hide, possess someone. The remaining leaders quickly scattered, attempting to possess cultivators. Scatter? LuoFeng's numerous avatars, initially cloned with 100 times energy reserve, split again into avatars with 50 times energy reserve, drastically increasing their numbers. With the leaders dispersed, their individual resistance was much weaker than an entire squad. A biomimetic destruction eye appeared between LuoFeng's brows, locking onto the true body of each leader. Huff. As each LuoFeng avatar walked through the rift, transforming into bloodlight and sweeping past a leader, they'd kill them in an instant. Individually, the leaders couldn't withstand even a single move from him. LuoFeng. The king in Master Wei Yang's guise was indeed furious. It charged towards the nearest LuoFeng avatar. LuoFeng, standing in the high sky, watched the king without flinching, his expression cold. I didn't think there'd be such a strong person in Yulan City. It's a good thing Palace Master Yuan Xiang hadn't fully employed you. If he had, breaking Yulan City would have been impossible, the king's voice echoed in LuoFeng's mind. LuoFeng looked at the king in Master Wei Yang's guise. Employed? He was already the city lord of Yulan City, having just made a breakthrough. Luckily, the breakthrough happened in time. If he'd been slower, Yulan City might have been completely destroyed. Boom. As the king approached, its innate secret technique, enchanting, was already enacted. In an instant, it completely shrouded LuoFeng's mental consciousness. This ordinary avatar of LuoFeng did not possess the undying heart, or palm world. He felt a massive influx of information flooding his mind, thoroughly disturbing his awareness. Who am I? Am I an enchanting heartworm? No. I am of course LuoFeng. LuoFeng's eyes cleared. The Tao of the ultimate realm of God King had begun to counteract will attacks. The Tao of the Divine Emperor realm, as it became stronger, increasingly obstructed will attacks. This was why weapon secret treasures crafted by Divine Emperors could hinder will attacks. LuoFeng's life and death Tao, at the late Divine Emperor stage had reached an incredibly high level. Under its immense obstruction, even the mental will attack of a transcendent level enchanting heartworm was weakened by 70 to 80% in a moment. Furthermore, with the Lai Yuan technique guarding him and the power of Yulan City protecting him, every ounce of willpower was suppressed. Mental confusion abilities were greatly reduced. LuoFeng only received a large amount of information transmitted by innate confusion. He was fully awake, easily filtering through the information as though reading a book. Suppress. As LuoFeng maintained clarity, this avatar transformed into a blood sea, creating a formation to trap the transcendent level enchanting heartworm. My mental attack is completely ineffective against him? His realm indeed rivals mine. The king immediately understood. Divine Emperor perfection level low-level primordial beings and half-primordial level Tao enlighteners were at the same level. One side had more resilient life forms, while the other fully understood the essence of the Tao. Without weapon secret treasures their strengths were similar. However, with weapon secret treasures crafted by cage transcendent beings, Tao enlighteners naturally had higher combat power. Both Master Wei Yang and Master Gai Tao could defeat Divine Emperor perfection level low-level primordial beings one-on-one. Transcendent level low-level primordial beings at the same level as those mastering 2 half-primordial level Taos. LuoFeng's realm is no less than ours. The king immediately sent a mental message to the other 4 transcendent level comrades. He should have mastered 2 half-primordial level Taos. The 4 transcendent level beings, already in Yulan City and quickly heading toward the core area, felt a shock. We have 5 transcendent level beings and over 2,000 Divine Emperor perfection level warriors. Attacking together we could completely annihilate him, the king sent. 1 transcendent level being was comparable to more than 20 Divine Emperor perfection level experts. When over 2,000 Divine Emperor perfection level experts joined forces, the resulting might could destroy the world. Luckily we breached the city, otherwise we couldn't surround him, the king communicated. Shadow, I will first join forces with you to entangle him. A blue-white figure, the fastest flyer, appeared blurry and was already the closest among the 4 transcendent level beings to the core area. After the king's mental attack failed, its massive enchanting heartworm body swung and instantly tore apart LuoFeng's blood sea formation, quickly escaping. LuoFeng's avatar coldly watched. Without secret treasures and with only an ordinary avatar, I am still somewhat weaker than a transcendent level being, LuoFeng realized. That was also why his most powerful secret techniques, Undying Blood Sea Body, and Biomimetic Destruction Eye, were not yet perfected. Ordinary secret techniques lacked deterrent power against transcendent level beings. While LuoFeng clashed with the king, his other avatars had already wiped out the other leaders. After annihilating them, LuoFeng reverted to 34 avatars. 34 avatars continued to guard the core area. How is this possible? The elders of Yulan City, who controlled the formations carved into the city, sensing the entire city through them, naturally saw clearly what had just taken place in the core area. LuoFeng single-handedly split into 34 avatars and completely exterminated all the leader-level lurkers. Even that king couldn't gain any advantage in its confrontation with one of LuoFeng's avatars and had to retreat empty-handed. Single-handedly exterminated 30 Divine Emperor perfection-level low-level primordial beings? Even a transcendent-level enchanting heartworm couldn't do anything against one avatar? LuoFeng Divine Emperor Anyone with eyes could see that LuoFeng's strength had far surpassed the Palace Master level, reaching an even higher tier. LuoFeng has mastered 2 half-primordial level Daos? The elders speculated. Even in the Dark Sacred Realm, those who mastered 2 half-primordial level Daos were at the pinnacle. As for stronger invincible beings? In the Dark Sacred Realm they were mere legends rarely seen. LuoFeng actually possesses such power? The Insect Nest Master trembled. Any Palace Master level being would probably die in just 1 or 2 moves against him now. He and I have enmity. Even if Yulan City is defended, there will be no place for me there anymore, the Insect Nest Master realized. In the world of cultivators, strength was paramount. Even if LuoFeng wasn't the city lord, his strength to overturn Palace Master level beings would make him the uncrowned king of Yulan City. If he wanted to expel the insect nest, it would have no place to live in Yulan City. I'll help defend the city for now and leave once it's safe. His hostility should lessen, the Insect Nest Master decided. LuoFeng's strength? The Master of Shadow Tower, Master of Deceit Workshop, Elder Tianhe, Building Master Changqing, and Elder Xingyi were all in shock, each lost in thought. This level of power made someone the uncrowned king in any city within the 9 Rivers Sacred Realm, and in the Dark Sacred Realm, it placed them at the peak. We are saved. Yulan City is saved. Many elders were excited, seeing hope. Palace Master, Palace Master. We must have LuoFeng Divine Emperor imprint formations in the core area of Yulan City. With his power and the city's formations, we might completely drive off the low-level primordial army. Yes, Palace Master, LuoFeng Divine Emperor must imprint the formations as soon as possible. The Master of Shadow Tower also transmitted instantly, the sooner the better. Only LuoFeng Divine Emperor can save Yulan City. Palace Master. The Insect Nest Master and others transmitted urgently. Everyone rest assured, I have already given the city building seal to LuoFeng Divine Emperor. From now on, LuoFeng Divine Emperor is the Lord of Yulan City. Palace Master Yuan Xiang transmitted, LuoFeng, please respond to everyone. Everyone. As the city lord, LuoFeng instantly transmitted to all elders, I have refined the city building seal and am now the city lord of Yulan City. City lord. Lord Luo. With Lord Luo here, Yulan City is saved. The billions of cultivators are saved. The elders were all elated. LuoFeng transmitted, everyone, the low-level primordial army won't wait. They'll attack me at all costs. So, I ask all of you to use Yulan City's formations to deal with them. Understood. We understand. City Lord, leave it to us. The elders had seen the hope of victory. The vast low-level primordial army surged towards the core area from all sides. LuoFeng's biomimetic destruction I observed closely. The most terrifying force was the 5 transcendent level beings and over 2,600 Divine Emperor perfection level entities. Kill LuoFeng. Destroy each of his avatars. Exhaust his energy and he won't be able to save Yulan City. At this moment, the 5 transcendent level beings, over 2,600 Divine Emperor perfection level entities, and tens of thousands of late-stage Divine Emperor level low-level primordial beings were all in a frenzy. Breaking into a city was their best chance to gain freedom in this lifetime. They had been confined in the 9 Rivers Sacred Realm and yearned for the moment of their freedom. LuoFeng was the hope of survival for Yulan City's billions of cultivators, but at the same time, LuoFeng was the greatest obstacle to the low-level primordial army's freedom. Both sides would stop at nothing. Block them, delay time. The elders of Yulan City, one by one, activated the city's formations. The might of many formations attacked the army of low-level primordial life. Although the army could easily withstand the attacks, their speed was naturally greatly affected. Hurry. It must be quick. If we delay, LuoFeng will be able to inscribe his formation on Yulan City. The formation he sets up is more terrifying than the combined formations of over 300 elders. It would be a big problem then. The 5 kings were well aware of the situation. With such a powerful individual like LuoFeng appearing in Yulan City, the situation became dangerous, but these superlimit level beings were still unwilling to give up. Without the superlimit level lurkers breaking through from within, the chances of breaking the city were almost nil. The time to fight desperately was now. Shadow Act. Among the army of low-level primordial life, a blue-white figure moved at extreme speed, reaching the core area first. Okay. The superlimit level enchanting heartworm also rushed over, intending to unite. Are they going to join forces? LuoFeng, guarding with 34 avatars, observed with the biomimetic destruction eye and sensed every movement in the city with the city-building seal. Naturally, he knew that these two kings were going to join forces and come together to attack. The superlimit level Shu Guang Demon Lord. LuoFeng observed the blue-white figure. It had 8 thick, sharp claws, its whole body covered in blue-white scales, with an upper body resembling a human, also possessing 2 powerful arms. Its face was stern, eyes glowing deep blue. Whoosh. As it hurried, it flickered like a stream of light. Despite not traversing space, its speed was extremely fast. How can I let you unite? LuoFeng moved. The strongest avatar with the undying heart and palm world moved. LuoFeng took a step, walking between the seams of heaven and earth, and within 2 steps he was close to that huge blue-white figure. Boom. In an instant, LuoFeng turned into an endless blood sea, intending to drown the huge blue-white figure. This endless blood sea contained a 100-fold energy reserve and used the secret treasure, Undying Heart, as its core. After comprehending the late-stage Divine Emperor life and death Tao, LuoFeng naturally reached a higher level of understanding of the Undying Heart, driving the secret treasure with mysteries even above the late-stage Divine Emperor life and death Tao. This is the advantage of secret treasures, allowing a cultivator to perform beyond their level. Every drop of water in this endless blood sea was indestructible. The mighty blood waves exerted terrifying binding power. Rip. Shu Guang Demon Lord, with its massive body and 8 thick claws, trampled the void at great speed, bringing terrifying might to the blood sea. Each claw's sharp tip slashed through the binding of the blood waves. Bang, bang, bang. The claws trampled the blood sea, making heaven and earth tremble. Shu Guang Demon Lord forcibly broke through the blood sea's bind, its eyes full of coldness. Die. It didn't hold back at all, using its desperate moves from the start. Its whole body shone with dazzling blue-white light. The massive energy inside it exploded all at once. To the cultivators in Yulan City and the distant low-level primordial life army, they only saw an incomparably dazzling blue-white light burst out, as if a massive light ball appeared between heaven and earth. The massive light ball enveloped the entire blood sea as if wanting to burn it down. But the strongest aspect of the secret treasure, Undying Heart, was its defensive tenacity. The blood sea was tough, not even a drop was damaged. The Undying Heart is extremely strong in defense but weaker in offense. Relying solely on the Undying Heart, I can maintain an invincible position and suppress the Shu Guang Demon Lord. But to kill it, that's troublesome. To deal with a superlimit level being, using 2 secret treasures is a must. LuoFeng became increasingly aware of his shortcomings in secret techniques. If the secret techniques, Undying Blood Sea Body, and Biomimetic Destruction Eye, were perfected to a higher level, it would be much easier to kill a superlimit level being. The superlimit level Shu Guang Demon Lord is too terrifying. The elders of Yulan City, seeing the explosive force, felt a chill in their hearts. Under such a force, any elder would be turned to ashes with just one move. Is City Lord LuoFeng being suppressed in front of this superlimit level Shu Guang Demon Lord? The elders couldn't discern the situation, only seeing Shu Guang Demon Lord's claws trampling the blood sea, and there was endless light burning the blood sea. My desperate move couldn't even hurt him at all? Shu Guang Demon Lord realized that, despite its full strength, every drop of water in the endless blood sea was incomparably tough, not damaged in the slightest. It faintly sensed something was wrong. Suddenly, boom! A colossal furry claw suddenly stretched out from the endless blood sea. At such close range, Shu Guang Demon Lord couldn't dodge in time, only feeling the world divided and a space prison formed. The colossal furry claw directly grabbed Shu Guang Demon Lord's body. How could this be? Shu Guang Demon Lord exerted its arms, struggling fiercely. But it found it couldn't resist the furry giant claw, which terrifyingly suppressed its resistance, continuing to tighten. The claw's sharp nails had already shattered many blue-white scales and were gradually piercing into Shu Guang Demon Lord's body. What? Shu Guang Demon Lord's whole body radiated light, layers of light protecting its physical body, struggling to resist. It didn't die with one claw? These superlimit-level beings are indeed innate primordial lives. Their vitality is immensely strong. LuoFeng was somewhat surprised. Boom. The colossal furry claw, grasping Shu Guang Demon Lord's body, forcibly dragged it into the endless blood sea. The blood sea churned, completely engulfing Shu Guang Demon Lord. The endless blood sea formation operated, layers of binding power constricted around Shu Guang Demon Lord, making it bear the combined suppression of the entire blood sea formation. No, Shu Guang Demon Lord struggled, the blood sea churning, but it couldn't break free. As it struggled, LuoFeng didn't stop. The colossal furry claw kept attacking Shu Guang Demon Lord, each blow carrying the power to severely wound it. Each successive strike was terrifying. After more than 10 blows, the already tattered body of Shu Guang Demon Lord had multiple bloody holes pierced by the furry claw, no longer able to hide its life core, which was smashed. Shu Guang Demon Lord's eyes dimmed instantly. The torn colossal body could no longer resist. The corpse of the superlimit level Shu Guang Demon Lord floated in the depths of the blood sea. Finally killed it. LuoFeng sighed. For him now, defeating a superlimit level being was easy, but to kill one he needed both Undying Heart and Palm World. After all, he had just broken through. With a thought, LuoFeng stored Shu Guang Demon Lord's corpse into his storage treasure. In the eyes of the elders of Yulan City, in the observation of many cultivators, and in the attention of the low-level Primordial Life Army, the clash between LuoFeng and the superlimit level Shu Guang Demon Lord lasted only about 7 breaths. Once caught by that colossal furry claw, dragged into the depths of the Blood Sea, Shu Guang Demon Lord struggled for a few more breaths, causing the Blood Sea to churn a bit, then completely died. This scene shocked both sides. This was a superlimit level low-level primordial life. According to legend, even those enlightened ones who mastered 2 half-primordial paths need enough accumulation and suitable secret treasures to hunt them. In less than 10 breaths, one-on-one, this superlimit level being was killed? The cultivators in Yulan City who witnessed the battle were thrilled and excited. But the low-level Primordial Life Army was shocked and furious, especially the other 4 superlimit levels. This Luo Feng grew up in Yulan City. Not long ago he was less than Palace Master level. Even if he broke through to his current realm he should be a newly advanced one. How did he so easily kill Shu Guang? Newly advanced, even with powerful secret treasures, he shouldn't be this strong. The 4 superlimit levels couldn't comprehend. Palace Master Yuan Xiang was also puzzled. LuoFeng's cultivation as I see it, should be along the paths of life and destruction. Palace Master Yuan Xiang, in an ordinary cave mansion in the outer city district, had gleaned LuoFeng's paths from the previous life and death array, even if he cultivated both life and destruction to the half-primordial level. This requires time to accumulate a perfect combination. Perhaps he has a very powerful secret treasure? Palace Master Yuan Xiang guessed. In infinite space, a secret treasure worth over 10,000 reward points can create miracles. No matter what, Yulan City is saved this time. Palace Master Yuan Xiang was more confident. Only, I wonder how many cultivators will die in Yulan City this time. If we can keep it under 30%, it would be considered good. He knew clearly that since the army had entered the city, with over 2,000 at Divine Emperor perfection level and tens of thousands at the late-stage Divine Emperor level, the fall of the city decided there would be many casualties. At the moment of Shu Guang Demon Lord's death, the superlimit level Enchanting Heartworm immediately became illusory and quickly retreated. The other 3 superlimit level beings, the enormous entity of the Winding Mountains, the multi-tentacled thunder creature and the huge black-winged bird, also began to change direction, actively seeking to join forces. We can't face him one-on-one. We need to unite first, and then the 4 of us will work together to deal with him. From this battle where he killed Shu Guang, his realm is stronger than ours, and he has powerful secret treasures. That furry giant claw? I can sense, it should be refined from the corpse of a high-level primordial life. These cultivators are granted suitable secret treasures. But we have no such suitable treasures. This battle isn't fair. No way around it, this is ultimately a place for the cultivator camp to nurture their descendants. Naturally, they favor these cultivators. If we return to the territory ruled by the ancestor, these cultivators are our food. These 4 superlimit levels felt aggrieved, but ever since they were captured by those who escaped from the lurker's cage and thrown into the 9 Rivers Sacred Realm, they could only obediently follow the rules. The 4 superlimit levels proactively united. Although this wasted some time, it allowed LuoFeng to focus entirely on inscribing the formation. But they had no choice, for going alone would surely lead to death. Even if 2 joined forces they might still risk death. LuoFeng watched as the overwhelming low-level primordial life army surged in from all directions. In his eyes he could withstand the 4 superlimit level beings. But regardless of the 2600 plus Divine Emperor perfection level beings or the tens of thousands of late-stage Divine Emperors, once they got close, a single combined strike from them would be too much. His 34 avatars wouldn't hold, and he would have to rely on his movement technique to escape far away. I must set up the formation before the army reaches the core area. Once the army arrives, it will completely destroy the core area with likely 9 out of 10 elders perishing. LuoFeng understood this point. Without the elders' assistance, even if I manage to repel this army by myself, there will still be heavy casualties within the city. To reduce casualties the elders must be protected. The elders' formation combined with his own would maximize their defensive power. Deploy the formation. LuoFeng stood there, almost all his thoughts focused on the core formation layer of Yulan City, rapidly engraving the formation. Whoosh, whoosh, whoosh. The overwhelming army was attacking from all directions simultaneously. The 4 superlimit level beings didn't dare get too close and had already converged at a distance. The 4 of us will join forces and try to distract LuoFeng. If he battles with the 4 of us, he'll have to divert much of his attention. This way, the speed at which he sets up the formation will significantly decrease. Once the army arrives at the core area, it will completely destroy the entire area where the elders live. Without the aid of nearly 200 elders, even if LuoFeng tries to suppress us alone, we should be able to kill enough cultivators and successfully retreat. The 4 superlimit level beings were very clear about the situation. If the city falls, it would be to their advantage. LuoFeng is too fast, free to come and go, and the low-level primordial life army can't kill him. But they can exterminate the remaining nearly 200 elders. This would be severing one of LuoFeng's arms. Otherwise, LuoFeng leading numerous elders together would doubly increase their deterrent power. The formation set up by someone mastering 2 half-primordial level Daos would be immensely vast and complex, and would still need some time to complete. We need to delay a little more. Regardless, it will be enough time for the army to reach the core area. The 4 super-limit level beings had calculated and deemed their chances very high. First, annihilate the elders to weaken Yulan City's deterrent power, then slaughter the cultivators and finally lead the entire army to escape. That was their plan. The army would likely suffer significant losses, but the 4 super-limit level beings could still survive. Whoosh, 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 whoosh. The 4 super-limit level beings burst forth in speed, charging straight at LuoFeng. 4 super-limit level beings? Can City Lord LuoFeng withstand them alone against 4? The elders in the city and many cultivators looked up and saw the 4 enormous figures. The enchanting heart worm completely revealed its true form, its illusory body appearing and disappearing. The black, serpentine mountain-like being had black flames surging on its surface, with burning eyes staring at LuoFeng from its massive head. Another enormous thunderbolt tentacle creature observed LuoFeng with numerous tentacles. A massive bird exuding endless destruction spread its wings, seemingly covering half the sky. 4 super-limit level beings. Even at my peak, relying on mighty secret treasures, I could only flee in embarrassment facing 4 super-limit level beings, said Yuan Xiang Palace Master, looking up, knowing the difference between 1-on-1 and 1-on-4 was vast. 4 super-limit level beings could coordinate and simultaneously strike from different angles, tremendously increasing their threat level. LuoFeng, do you dare battle us? The voice of the super-limit level enchanting heartworm echoed in LuoFeng's mind. Of course you can also choose to flee, and we 4 can rampage through the core area, exterminating those elders one by one. LuoFeng gazed at the 4 figures. 1-on-1 you tremble in terror. 4-on-1 you 4 have confidence, LuoFeng said as his 34 avatars guarded their posts. I shall grant your wish. Whoosh. LuoFeng's strongest avatar took the initiative, stepping forward, moving within the blurred rifts of heaven and earth, charging straight at the 4 super-limit level beings. Since a battle was inevitable, it had to be fought away from the core area. Although the battle might affect some innocent cultivators, there was no choice. Sacrifices must be made in war. Saving one more elder might save millions of cultivators indirectly. Here he comes. The 4 super-limit level beings stared intently at the black-clad, black-haired figure. This figure walked through the rifts of heaven and earth, taking 2 steps to reach them. A wave of mental force instantly struck LuoFeng as the super-limit level enchanting heartworm immediately used its innate secret technique, enchanting heart. Although LuoFeng could withstand it, he had to divert some heart force and utilize techniques like the Lai Yuan technique to resist. As LuoFeng approached, an overwhelming endless blood sea appeared beneath him, swirling and surging, aiming to engulf the 4 super-limit level beings completely. In the area below LuoFeng, there were large sections of cave mansions. The cultivators in these mansions looked up at the sky, seeing the swirling vast blood sea and the 4 super-limit level beings. I hope we are not affected. If this level of battle affects us, we might be done for. The cultivators' hearts trembled as they could only activate the formations within their cave mansions, doing their best to ward off any possible aftermath. While battling, LuoFeng would try to protect these weaker ones. But in a super-limit level battle, LuoFeng couldn't guarantee that he could fully protect the cultivators while also fighting. Boom! In the endless blood sea, a massive black serpent-like figure erupted with terrifying flames which burned the blood sea everywhere and even attempted to incinerate LuoFeng's soul. However, the impact on the soul was much weaker compared to the enchanting heartworm's innate secret technique, enchanting heart. That thunderbolt tentacle creature's form gathered endless thunder, madly bombarding the blood sea. Destroy. The immense bird of destruction, its wings spread out like fog. As its wings flapped, layers of dark energy surged towards the blood sea like tidal waves, penetrating through every layer, shaking, twisting, and tearing apart. It also traced the life aura, aiming to shake, twist, and kill LuoFeng's soul. Among the 4 super-limit level beings, the bird of destruction deals the most damage. At this moment, LuoFeng was subjected to over 10 types of attacks. Material destruction, flames, dark energies, thunder, invisible restraints, tentacles, causality attacks on the soul, energy shocks, twisting and tearing all creation. Each of these attacks could severely injure a Palace Master level being, and 2 or 3 combined could destroy a Palace Master. With over 10 forces striking simultaneously. LuoFeng, having just recently broken through, had his life form secret technique incomplete. If not for ordinary avatars, they would have been utterly annihilated under such assault. But with the undying heart support, the undying blood sea dramatically enhanced, becoming nearly indestructible. Regardless of soul or physical body, this blood sea body stubbornly withstood the full force assault of the 4 super-limit level beings in an instant, with only a minimal amount of blood sea water being consumed. Yet the consumption rate still couldn't match his absorption of Yulan City's energy. In true combat, protect yourself first, then seek to kill the enemy, LuoFeng thought to himself. Protective treasures were incredibly precious. The one he exchanged from the infinite space treasure vault, the one that suited him, balancing life and destruction, was only the undying heart. What? The 4 super-limit level beings were astonished. Despite their full efforts, the vast blood sea didn't seem to suffer any noticeable loss. Swoosh. From within the blood sea, a massive furry paw instantly grabbed the bird of destruction. The bird, dealing the most damage, let out an extraordinarily sharp cry. The bird of destruction transformed into black mist, its immense form becoming a hazy bird-like shape in midair. Rumble, LuoFeng's furry paw then swiped at the nearby thunderbolt tentacle creature. The thunderbolt tentacle creature's many thick tentacles immediately tried to entangle and block the paw. But the terrifying power of the paw forcibly squeezed tight. Bang! On the other side, the black serpentine mountain-like being's tail viciously whipped LuoFeng's paw. The tremendous impact forced LuoFeng's paw to release its grip, allowing the thunderbolt tentacle creature to escape in a panic. The vast blood sea roiling and binding all around. Thunder, flames, dark erosion spread their forces, and the immensely terrifying furry paw pursued and attacked the 4 super-limit level beings. Each had their techniques coordinating to protect themselves. How is LuoFeng this strong? Even though we 4 are together, we can't threaten his protective capabilities. But his secret treasure paw can threaten our lives. Though unwilling to admit it, the 4 super-limit level beings were indeed at a disadvantage in this 1 vs 4 battle. They couldn't harm LuoFeng. They could only collaborate to survive. Despite their disadvantage, the 4 super-limit level beings didn't give up and continued to battle LuoFeng together. The super-limit level enchanting heartworm repeatedly used its innate secret technique to interfere with LuoFeng. Amazing. To be dominant in a 4-on-1 battle, City Lord LuoFeng is impressive. The elders watching were excited, and the cultivators in the caves below the battlefield were deeply grateful. Due to LuoFeng's upper hand, he could still divert some thoughts to control Yulan City's energy, reducing the battle's fallout, saving the caves below. To be dominant against 4 super-limit level beings. Compared to him, Wei Yang Palace Master is far inferior. The Shadow Tower Master watched, feeling regrets about the conflicts he had with LuoFeng. While battling, LuoFeng looked into the distance. The low-level primordial life army was flying towards the core area from all directions. Thus, the distances varied, with the closest army approaching from the East City Gate, now not far from the core area. Haha, almost there. One of the armies is close to the core area. The 4 super-limit level beings were thrilled. This army has over 800 Divine Emperor perfection level beings and over 12,000 late-stage Divine Emperors, enough to annihilate the core area. They eagerly watched. Since LuoFeng broke through from the Life and Death Dao, he had begun setting up the formation in the Yulan City's core layer immediately. Basing the formation on the late-stage Divine Emperor Life and Death Dao naturally made it vast and complex. I divided the formation into 3 layers. Set up the first layer first. The most crucial aspect of the first layer is speed. No matter how fast the first layer, it only contained the basics of the late-stage Divine Emperor Life and Death Dao, as LuoFeng simplified it and, with the help of the tripled speed of thought provided by the 100 Tribulations Heart Essence, quickly set up the simplest first layer. The formation structure could vary greatly. LuoFeng chose the 3-layered array to quickly set up the first layer, so as to change the tide of war and save more cultivators' lives. While sensing the low-level primordial life army approaching, LuoFeng, while battling the 4 super-limit level beings, was fully focused on setting up the formation. Done. At last, as he completed the first layer of the formation, his eyes were filled with excitement. Thank you for watching the video. If you enjoyed it, please subscribe and turn on the notifications so you won't miss any of our upcoming great videos.